Here's a little lesson about how to do a few things in knitting that are beyond just casting on, knitting, and purling. First of all, in order to make it look like this, which is kind of, normal knitting, you do one row of knitting, and then you flip it over, and the next row is purling. It's easy to keep track of because knitting looks like this, purling looks like this because you've got the yarn on this side. So once you've got that going, here's how to increase a stitch. It's pretty easy. You just stick it in, you do one normal stitch, but you don't pull this stitch off. Then you go in from the other side and do another stitch. And then you pull the whole thing off. I'll do one normal stitch, and then here's how to increase a stitch. Again, you start off absolutely normally, you just don't pull that left stitch off. Then you go in from the other side and do another one. Now you've got two and you pull it off. And I'll knit a normal one. Here's how to decrease a stitch, also called knitting two together, and that's exactly what you do. You just stick it through not one, but two. You stick it all the way through two stitches, and then you do a normal stitch and pull it off. And that's exactly how you do it. I'll just stick it through two and go like that. You'll want to decrease stitches when you're, for instance, getting to the top of a hat. You'll want to increase stitches when you're perhaps doing a ruffle, when you're doing sleeves. You'll do all sorts of things. Here's how you would increase a stitch for purling. It's the same kind of process. You just stick it through, do one normal stitch, and then you come at it from behind and you stick it in from the other angle and pull it through. And I'll do a normal one. And again, here's how to stick it through once and then don't pull it off. Add another stitch by going in from the other side, and there you go. And knitting two together, I'm just doing a couple normal ones here, but to knit two together is exactly the same as knitting. You're just purling, you stick it through two, and then you just make one stitch.